what we're doing is just drawing seawater samples through glass fibre filters, and that's retaining all the tiny bits of animals and algae that may be in that seawater sample. And then I'll freeze the filters and we'll actually do environmental DNA work on those. So it's a new way of assessing biodiversity basically in the environment.
So far I've been getting water samples from the tech diver team, and I try to bring them back to this lab immediately to preserve them, because the temperature changes can actually change the chemical composition of the water samples. And so I come back and subsample for the carbonate chemistry, so I have glass serum bottles to do that. I sample alkalinity in a bigger volume, and alkalinity is the buffering capacity of seawater, which is important especially in the realm of ocean acidification, which a lot of people are familiar with. Buffering capacity would be how the seawater can actually respond to those additional hydrogen ions as a result of atmospheric carbon dioxide. And then I measure dissolved inorganic carbon and C13 isotopes, which hopefully later on we'll be getting coral tissue samples that will also have C13 measured in them, so we'll be able to compare the water chemistry to that of the actual organism's tissues. Just being able to work with the tech divers and tell them exactly where samples might have more meaning is really incredible. It really helps that we have this visual video transect record that I can go back to later on and match to the water samples and say, oh, well, we saw this peak here, well, that corresponds to this thriving coral community that they observed on dive 7 at 50 meters.
And to be in that first person ability that if they need it close to the reef, if they need it at a certain depth, or certain whatever their requirements are, that we can then execute for them, and that they also have that chain of custody, not that an assumption, well, a line went down, we hope it's at the right depth, it's the right conditions, especially since we're also taking video and pictures of that, they can actually look and put that whole together to get a more holistic view of what's going on.
Chemistry is going to remain a bit of a mystery until this fall, but hopefully then I can patch that story together with the rest of the science.
Findings from the Nekton Mission in collaboration with Project Baseline will be released as part of the XL Catlin Deep Ocean Survey.